Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. We're Northeastern Illinois University. My name is Mike Dizon. I'm the Chief of Staff at the university, as well as the Chief Marketing and Communications Officer. And today we're going to be talking about admissions, how to get into college, how to get specifically into Northeastern Illinois University. And today we're talking to the right person to talk to about all of this. And this is LaMont Vaughn. He's the Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Northeastern Illinois University. He's also one of the nicest guys you'll meet at Northeastern Illinois University. And so we're so thrilled that you're here to talk to us for the next couple of minutes about admissions, the application process, and what prospective students need to know about getting into college and getting into Northeastern Illinois University.
Well, thanks for having me, Mike.
So as we start, you are the Director of Undergraduate Admissions for the university. What exactly does that mean, and what exactly do you do?
Well, great question, Mike. As the Director of Undergraduate Admissions for Northeastern Illinois University, I think I have one of the best jobs in the world. I get to oversee the admissions and recruitment function for incoming freshmen to the university. So with a team of recruiters, we spend a lot of time planning events that include open houses, admitted student days, campus preview events to get students to come out and see what we have to offer as an institution. In addition to that, from fall all the way through the spring, we spend a lot of time in high schools visiting with post-secondary career coaches and counselors to educate them on what Northeastern has to offer so then they can spread the word to their students. Organically, students will come out to our college fairs, and we spend a lot of time at college fairs and doing individual visits with students at high schools, as well as application workshops. So we're the big ambassadors for the university. We call it spreading the word about all the wonderful things that the institution has to offer.
So you probably know more about Northeastern Illinois University than I do. You're constantly talking about the institution with our prospective students.
I get stumped sometimes. There's so much to learn that I don't think you can know everything, but yeah.
I'm not going to stump you today.
That's good.
The next question you better be able to answer, and that is, so how did you end up becoming the Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Northeastern?
Good question as well. I actually thought I was going to be an English teacher. Much like any student who goes into college, you spend the first 2 years exploring majors and trying to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. And about 2 years in, I switched from English to communications. When it was time to graduate from college, I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do or how I wanted to use my degree in communications. What I did know is that I really wanted to be on a college campus. So I spent time just sending out resumes across the country, applying for jobs in admissions and in student services, until one day someone accepted my job resume and I started off as an admissions counselor.
And you've worked at a number of Chicago area institutions, like what?
I have, yes. I worked at Rush University of Medicine and Science, Rosalind Franklin University. I've spent some time at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. I've worked as an admissions counselor, as a manager of admissions outreach. I've spent time, as a senior admissions counselor, as well as a director of admissions.
Nice.
Yeah.
And fortunately, you're now here with us
at
Northeastern Illinois University.
Yeah, I've been here for about 2 years now.
So I know that for a lot of the people who will be watching this, they're not only interested in knowing how to get into Northeastern Illinois University, but just in general, how do I, as a prospective student or a parent of a prospective student, prepare to start applying for college and to make sure that I get in if I want to get in?
Okay, so When you're working with prospective students, there's a lot of resources out there and available. So if you're a parent and you want to know how to get into college, I say start with the web. You want to research institutions that might be a good fit for you and your student. So start with researching, and most of this occurs right around your junior year. I also say visit schools. Those are the things that you want to start the process with. If you get on a mailing list for an institution, they're going to send you tons of stuff, or visit their web.
Yeah.
Start to understand the institution to make sure that it's going to be the right fit for you.
And how do you know if it's the right fit?
You won't until you're there. I mean, you have to visit the campus a number of times throughout the year. So if you start to, we say, picture yourself there, or to take a closer look, we ask you to come to campus, and there's a number of events that you can get to campus to see if it's going to be the right fit. You're not going to necessarily determine that by just reading a website or looking at literature that may be sent to you.
Yeah, but you know what? I won't be able to visit all of the colleges and universities that I'm interested in. I need to narrow it down.
Yeah.
How would you recommend a prospective student or anyone else who might be influencing that decision-making process, how do you recommend that they narrow it down?
Yeah, so that's really difficult, because what I say is I want a student to start with a huge list of institutions. The best thing you can have is choices when you're selecting an institution that you're going to spend 4 years of your college career at. So I tell students, make a list, put it in an Excel spreadsheet or whatever you feel comfortable with. And you start with those institutions that you definitely know are at the top of your list.
Okay.
Then I ask you to throw in a few others that will challenge your comfort zone. So if you know that you only want to attend schools in the state of Illinois, I say throw 3 out-of-state schools onto that list. If you know that you only want to go to small institutions with a population of less than 5,000, I say throw on 3 schools that have a population of 10 to 15,000. So you want an expansive list, and that's the only way you're going to really start to chip away at what's going to be the right fit for you. And you don't want to close yourself from options that you may have never considered, because that institution that's going to be the right fit may be one that you've not considered. So once you have that list, then you want to start to visit as many as you can, or at least make connections with as many of those institutions by picking up the phone and chatting with students there, chatting with admissions counselor. Anyone who will answer the phone and chat with you on the other end, ask them as many questions as you possibly can.
So speaking of chatting on the phone and asking questions, I would argue that maybe one of the most important people you can talk to in helping you figure out where you should go to college or a university is your post-secondary counselor, or your college counselor at your high school.
That's correct.
What are some smart questions that a student, or even a parent of a student, should be asking this person to help guide that student into the right direction?
Yeah, well, post-secondary counselors are a wealth of knowledge, so I think you can ask almost any question. Some of the ones that, you know, students will really focus on are financial aid and what clubs and organizations are available. And post-secondary counselors may not know the answer to those questions, but they'll know the resources of how you can start to begin to learn some of those things, so you can then narrow your list down. Post-secondary counselors will also spend a lot of time focusing on institutions that they have worked to build a relationship with. So oftentimes, if you live within the state, you're going to visit schools and they'll know about schools within the state. But they do also build relationships with institutions outside of the state. And they try their best to make sure that they can organize trips that will get students outside of the state as well.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that you work hard to build relationships with high school or post-secondary counselors in high schools. What are some of the things that you tell them about Northeastern Illinois University, so that when one of their students is thinking about college, they know how to talk about us?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that we really like to promote about Northeastern Illinois University is our diversity. I mean, we have a really excellent diverse student population with over 100 countries represented. The other thing that we like to tell people is we are known as being one of the most affordable institutions in the Midwest region. So those are the things that are no secret to our post-secondary counselors, and most people are aware of some of those things. We also recently received distinction as being one of the safest campuses. So those are the things that we want to resonate with our students when they're looking at the environment that they're going to be in for 4 years.
So those are three really strong and compelling points. Number one, the most ethnically diverse public university in the Midwest.
Yes.
U.S. News and World Report listed us in their 2019 rankings as having graduated the most students with the least amount of debt. We were ranked number one in the state.
Correct.
And like you said, that we are consistently ranked as either the safest, consistently ranked as the safest campus in the state, but also one of the top three in the country.
Yes, definitely.
And we're located in...
Right in an urban environment, so that is one of the best things for us.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised that those are the 3 points that you share with them, but what about academics?
Yeah, so academics are very strong at Northeastern Illinois University. We have 3 colleges, all that receive distinctions as well. Our College of Business and Management, our College of Arts and Sciences, as well as our Goodwin College of Education. So students are well aware of like the teaching that goes on at the institution and all of the things that we're recognized for there, in addition to the College of Business and Management. So we tell students that our academics are strong, that the courses that they're going to be in are taught by faculty members and not by teaching assistants in like at some institutions across the country.
Yeah, so these faculty members are not only ones who do the lectures, but they grade your papers. They're also your mentors, and so they're with you every step of the way. They don't just check in and do their lecture and then let a graduate student take over.
Correct. When you come to NEIU, we like to wrap our arms around you, and we do that in student services and enrollment services, but the distinction is that our faculty members will do that as well.
So given that, what kind of students do you think would find Northeastern appealing or would really thrive and succeed at an institution like ours?
I think students who thrive in a diverse learning environment are the ones that are really going to succeed at NEIU. I think we take pride in making sure that all of our students succeed. So any student that comes our way, we're going to support them in the ways that they need to be supported. But students who, really appreciate having a diverse learning environment, who understand that learning is going to occur both inside the classroom and outside of the classroom as you engage with other people from other countries, from other walks of life, that continuous learning is going to happen. You'll thrive there. Students who also appreciate a very social environment. Our students are social. They love to hang out in the quad in the summertime, but outside of that, you'll see them engaging on campus. And so students who like that type of environment, but also it's important to also understand that the students who like community engagement. We're also heavy into our community, and our students participate in our community. So those 3 things, I say, will help a student who wants to be successful at NEIU.
It's also a fun campus, isn't it?
It is a fun campus.
And up until a couple of years ago, we were known as a commuter-only institution.
Yes.
Why are we not anymore?
We are not, because in 2016, we opened our first residence hall. We have apartment-styled rooms on campus, 440 beds where students can now live and get out of bed and stroll right off to class, which is great. It was definitely a game changer for us.
And because it's new, it's pretty sweet. I mean, I don't think I've ever lived in an apartment like that in college.
I had like a square box in my dorm. I did not have a dishwasher, television, washer and dryer, facilities to work out, all in one building.
I think I might have lived in the same dorm that you did, because that sounds exactly like mine. But it's sweet to be able to live and learn and play and grow
all in
one place.
Exactly, yeah. And so students who wind up living on campus, data suggests that they will likely be more successful. I don't know the exact numbers, but I've heard that students who are there, they can get out of bed, they can study, they can go to class, they can come back home, have a bite to eat, and not have to worry about some of the stressors that are associated with commuting back and forth to campus, will hopefully do a lot better.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
That's one less thing they have to worry about.
Yeah.
And it might explain why I see some students still in their pajamas around campus in the cafeteria.
I've seen that a few times.
Or maybe this is the new fashion that I'm just not picking up on.
Yeah, I think we did it when we were in college.
Whatever you're comfortable in, I'm fine with too. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about paying for college, because I feel like one of the deal breakers in the college selection process is there's no way I can afford this school. So you strike that off the list.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about the university's affordability. We talked a little bit about debt, but what does the university do in order to work with students who might be a little iffy on whether or not they can afford?
Yeah, so when we're working with students, we definitely try and do a handoff to our student financial aid area. One of the things to note is that a lot of times when people see that first sticker price for tuition, they're scared away and it stresses them. At Northeastern Illinois University, we want our students to understand that there are a lot of different ways that you can pay for college. One of the things that we've just announced was our Golden Opportunity Scholarship that will hopefully help students who are Illinois high school graduates who have a 3.0 GPA and fill out a FAFSA have most, if not all, of their tuition and fees paid for.
That sounds so sweet. Keep talking about it, because I'm going to walk folks through our website to show them where to go, because our URL for this information is neiu.edu/
Golden Opportunity.
Golden Opportunity, or Be Golden.
Be Golden, yes.
And so talk to us a little bit about, again, what you need to qualify and the ton of money we're giving away.
Yeah, so it's part of the Aim High initiative, and as a result of that, we're participating, and we will allow for students who have less than $61,000 in expected family income and have a 3.0 GPA, graduate from an Illinois high school, and fill out a FAFSA application.
You're reading along, aren't you?
They will qualify. I wish
Here they are. The criteria. No, you know this by heart. I know for a fact. But it is just a couple of easy steps, right?
Yes, to apply for that. In addition, there's other scholarships that are available for students. We have our Presidential Scholarship, which pays for tuition and fees for 4 years. In addition, we have our Merit Scholarships. We have scholarships to live in the nest. And I don't remember.
The Nest is the name of our residence
hall. Yes. So there's lots of scholarships. So I encourage parents and students to not shy away by sticker shock. There are a lot of resources to pay for college, and financial aid advisors at any institution will help you walk through what's going to be some of the best resources and those things that you qualify to help, offset some of the costs of the sticker shock.
Yeah. So go to our website, neiu.edu, if you want to learn more specifically about the the Golden Opportunity. Go to neiu.edu/begolden. to get more information. And also, you saw us scroll through some of our scholarship opportunities.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them, aren't there?
There are a lot of scholarship opportunities, more than I can even count. So, but we make it easy for our students as well. They fill out one application and it looks to see which ones they qualify for, and then they're automatically have applied for that scholarship once they filled it out, which is great.
Well, it's nice to know that you take care of students as they onboard,
Yes.
that you take care of them through the financial process. What happens after they start? So they start their first day. How does the university take care of them as they proceed through their 4 or so years of their college experience, and then even afterwards?
Yeah, so that's a great question, but it even starts before their first day. We have a summer transition program that helps students gain the skills that they're going to need to take college level courses.
Is that for, you require that of everyone?
We don't. Some students will participate in it, some students won't. It just really depends on the student. And also, it's encouraged for some students who, through a placement testing process, which is a long detail, so we won't get into that today.
So what do you learn during this period right before you start your freshman year?
Study skills, time management skills, how to study, how to take in information. So all of that is offered as a part of the transition program.
How much does that cost?
It is free.
Oh, awesome.
It is a free program that is offered to students. And then students come on campus and they have the first year experience where they take one first year experience course. And that puts them out into the real world. And so courses are offered throughout the city.
Like what kind of topics do they normally cover?
Oh, there's one that I've seen. It was a dance one, and I can't remember the exact title of it. But I'm like, if I were a freshman, I would take that class.
Oh, awesome. All freshmen go through this first year experience?
Yes, any freshman who has less than 30 semester hours will take a first year experience course. So all of our freshmen go through that. We also have support services that are offered through our Learning Success Center. And that is a program that supports students all throughout their education, not just their first year. And it helps them with reading, with writing, with math. And then our student support services also include programs such as Proyecto Palante and Project Success and Trio, which do some of the same things, but also help support students culturally as well. So,
That's terrific.
So there are a lot of ways in which we support our students while they're there on campus.
So you have their backs in terms of making sure that they are prepared academically, but what if they get sick, or what if they get stressed out, or what if they don't know how to write a resume, for example?
Yeah, so if they're not familiar with how to write a resume, we direct them to career services, and they're made well aware of the support services that will help them navigate how to do resume writing. If they get sick and it's affecting their academics, we encourage them to visit with our Dean of Students, who supports students in a variety of different ways when they're navigating academics. So, you know, there's safety nets all through campus that will help students get through whatever it is that they experience as their time as a student.
So what if my parents never went to college and I'm a first generation student?
Yeah.
Are there other students there like me?
There are tons of other first generation students. I was a first generation student, so I understand some of the need to bond with other people who may be navigating the college experience for the first time. Oftentimes when we see students concerned about being a first generation, it's as they're going through the application process or the financial aid process, which is why our office tries to be there to support students at that time. And that's why financial aid is there to support students, because we recognize that a lot of times students and parents are taking in information that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
And so, there's a lot that we can do, and we try our best at NEIU to make sure that our students feel supported as they go through the application process, while they're there. And I think you had asked about after graduation. Our Alumni Services, our Alumni Relations Department, works with setting up students with mentoring, and they provide career counseling to help students make that transition from graduating all the way into entering the workforce. So I think we do a good job at making sure that our students are covered.
Nice. So we're almost running out of time, but I feel like I have all these questions left for you. So what we're going to do in the final few minutes,
Okay.
I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to go through a lightning round.
Oh gosh, okay.
Okay. How old is Northeastern Illinois University?
151 years old.
Correct. What is the name of our mascot?
The Golden Eagle, Goldie.
What is the name of our cafeteria on the main campus?
That's a tough one.
I think, actually, I don't even know the answer to that, but I think it's like the Golden Eagle's Nest.
It is. I always get confused with the Golden Eagles and the Eagle's Nest.
Okay.
It is the Eagle's Nest.
Eagle's Nest,
We've
okay.
talked through it.
Good.
Yes.
What are the other locations?
We have a location that is El Centro, and that is in Avondale. We have the Jacob H. Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies, which is in Bronzeville. And then we have a campus as the University Center, which is in Lake County.
And we have one more.
Did I forget one?
Another location.
Oh, our main campus.
Oh, wait, of course, the big one. Oh, we have another one, which is the Center for College Access and Success.
Yes.
So
sorry.
we're all
Stop me.
over. Okay, half a point on that. The last and most important one. How did I do in this interview?
I think you did a great
Okay,
job.
that was the right answer.
The better question is, how did I do?
A plus.
Wonderful.
A plus. So now you know how it feels like to be one of our A plus students.
I do.
And we have a lot of those A plus students, don't we?
We do.
So-
yes, they're all going through finals this week. So
Lamont, this has been so much fun.
Yes.
Thanks for spending the past couple of minutes with me. I'll see you back at work.
Yeah, sounds great.
But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in and watching. We hope that you'll tune in next time when we'll talk to some other of our colleagues and students to learn a little bit more about the college experience, and specifically Northeastern Illinois University. In the meantime, check out our website, NEIU.edu. And if you want to learn more about our new Golden opportunity and all of our scholarships, go to NEIU.edu/begolden. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.